Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping in. I am going to be making some ceramic rings, and I'm going to show you how I do it. You need clay and a bunch of tools. I'll link that in my description below, and let's get into it. You're going to need a ring mandrel. If you don't know what that is, I'll put a link in the description so you can purchase that if you'd like. You're also going to need some clay tools like, a cutter of some sort, a roller, some scratch tools, something that you can make some indents in. And if you have canvas or can purchase canvas, purchasing canvas would be a good idea, even just a small piece, because it works great for using it with your clay. So A, your table's not getting completely nasty, and B, it helps to dry the clay out, although sometimes it dries it out too much and I don't really like that, but you could just add water. You're going to cut a piece of paper to a length that is not overflowing the mandrel. We're going to around the mandrel and mark it with the lines that are on the mandrel. They'll have ring lines on it. A mandrel is what you use to measure rings or to shape rings. It's in jewelry making. Actually, I probably should have used a pen. Next time I'll use a pen. I don't know why I used a pencil. Anyway, mark your lines. I started from 10 all the way down to 5. I'm going to tape the paper onto the paper. Don't tape it to the mandrel because that's not going to work. Like, then you can't do what you need to do next. I am using double-sided sticky tape. I find that works better. That way, when the tape gets wet, it doesn't come off. The clay I'm using today, I got at Hobby Lobby. It's a big box of it. Normally it's like $25 or something like that. But they always have sales, like 40 or 50% off their clay, including polymer clay, air dry clay, etc., plus the clay that you can fire. And this box of clay on sale, it cost me $12 and something. And it's like a white earthenware, I believe, is the type of clay. Once you got the clay rolled out, you're just going to cut a few long pieces of clay, and that's going to be the base for your ring. Make sure that the little slices are nice and moist or wet, because you don't want it cracking when you're wrapping it around this mandrel. A lot of times what I'll do is take and score the clay before attaching it to itself, but because it's so wet right now, I think it'll work okay. Also, what you're wanting to do is just smooth out that ring to make it look good. Get all like little pieces of extra clay off it. Make it look like you want it to look before you fire it. When you are putting your rings on the mandrel, you have to account for shrinkage of the clay. It's nice to know like how much the type of clay that you're using is going to shrink. And if you don't know that, the best way to find out is to contact the supplier or whoever you got it from and ask them, or read like a description where you bought it, and maybe it should tell you some type of shrinkage and how much it shrinks, because it is going to shrink a little bit and you want to account for that when you're making it. I use my little heat gun to dry it out a little bit. Make sure you score this and then add some wet clay, which is also called slip, to it before sticking your whatever you made onto your ring. Take these off gently. Usually what I like to do is slide the paper off first, but since this one was kind of dry, it was all good to go. Be real easy when you're doing this. You don't want to crack the ring. I had that happen earlier and had to do it over. Now, once you've got these off and they're ready to do the next step, you want to stick it in the oven at 200 degrees, no higher, and then you're going to let those suckers dry for an hour at least. Like, comment, and subscribe for more art-related content. Until next time, toodles!